Georgia, how you feeling?
You know, just alive and well.
Good.
35 and thriving.
All right. All right. 40 for me.
Oh, yeah, you're near there.
I'm getting.
Yeah.
Let's not even talk
Yeah,
about it.
I was just going to say, oh, shit.
He's in reverse.
Yeah.
It's good when he says his age because he doesn't look like his age.
That's true.
Well,
Good point, actually.
54 and
There you see.
yeah.
All right. Y'all ready?
Who's
It's me.
okay?
Oh, sorry.
Good to go.
Good to go.
Georgia McNab, welcome to Going Again podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Totally stoked to have you here.
And
Yeah,
thanks
me
for
too.
walking halfway.
I know. Oh, my God. I'm sweating profusely.
I looked down the street and I saw this lady walking up the street with a whole armful of hats. Knew immediately.
Pretty much what I look like every day, honestly.
Georgia, you are probably the closest person to this podcast, I would imagine, in geography. Are you local? Are you from around here?
Born and raised in Cambridge, but I live in Woodstock now. So,
Oh, you do?
yeah, a little bit of commuting.
You live in
Oh,
Woodstock.
maybe.
Whereabouts?
Like close to
Oh,
downtown.
no, yeah, but don't give
Yeah.
anybody your address
I'm
because
not
there's a
going
couple
to.
of nut bars watching.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sitting with two of them.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, just close to downtown. So we just got like a quaint little house.
Nice.
Good little chunk of property, and yeah, it's nice.
Sweet.
Yeah,
I grew up there.
yeah, I love it.
Did you know that he grew up there?
No.
Yeah, my wife's from Woodstock.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, we lived in Woodstock for what? 19 years?
Well, yeah, I was 15 when we left.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
I love it. You can go to the grocery store, and it's not like a 45-minute mission.
100%.
Like, you're not
100%.
in traffic forever like you are in Cambridge.
Yeah.
Like, it's so nice.
Yeah,
And
we got rid of
everyone's
our
so
house
nice.
just before Toyota showed up.
Oh, yeah, that's
Bad
great.
timing
Oh, why?
because I would have got
More.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shoot.
True.
big executive house and it was silly. Yeah,
What the fuck, Randy?
I know.
That's cool. Okay, so you commute here anyway for work.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So you are what they call a milliner.
I am.
Right?
Yes.
Can you explain exactly what a milliner is?
A milliner, the definition of a milliner is someone who makes women's hats. So a lot of the time, because I make both men and women's hats, I just say that I'm a hat maker. But
Right.
by trade, it is the art of millinery that I do practice.
Because I would have thought they called it femilliner.
Femilliner, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe. That's a missed opportunity.
Yes,
Missed
someone screwed up.
opportunity. Oh,
years ago.
hell yeah.
But you make hats for fellas?
Lately I've been making more hats for fellas than I have for females.
Huh?
Yeah, there's just an influx. Like, so
Interesting.
it kind of like sways a little bit. Predominantly was making more for women, but as of lately, like my whole roster is just male hats currently.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Really?
And one wicked badass cowboy hat for a client, April, who is just so lovely. But she's the only female that I have on my roster right now. So, yeah.
Wow. So now, speaking of that, we did come in and purchase a gift certificate to give to my daughter.
Yes, yes.
Who will receive that 2 days from the taping of this show.
Oh, brilliant.
She's unaware.
That's
But by the time
strategy there.
by the time this podcast comes out, she will have seen it
know.
and met you, I'm
Okay,
sure.
yes, wicked.
Yeah,
Love
she's,
it.
she's home for a week and she's going to come by.
I can't wait. Yeah, I can't wait to meet her. I feel like she's gonna put something like pretty epic together, considering her background
Yeah.
and what she's doing.
Right.
Yeah.
She totally could.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
I
excited.
don't-
I'm excited just for seeing her reaction.
Yeah, me too. You said she can bring in like custom things.
Yeah. Like so,
items or
For instance, like if you're looking at this hat, this is just like a stopwatch or like a pocket watch.
Yeah.
That I took the chain off and like tacked it on. Like it's stuff like that
Oh,
that's
my.
sitting around that may have maybe sentimental value that you can bring in and incorporate into your hat. So
look how insane this is.
Okay, so let's just go back a bit.
Yeah.
No, we're going to discover what it is you make. You're from Cambridge. You live in Woodstock, and you work now in Cambridge. Your shop is in Cambridge, on what's the name of the street?
Park Hill.
Park Hill, right? And anyway, so what got you into making hats?
So I smoked a joint
Yeah.
and was having
I knew it.
That's how all wonderful things start.
Was having an existential crisis. Like, what the blip am I going to do with my life?
You can swear if you want.
Okay, good. I am. I
fuck
do
it.
swear. I'm a lady, but fuck, I can't help it.
Yeah.
Well said.
So I studied fashion design out in Vancouver, and it was at a private school. And when I moved home, like, I was very homesick. I thought I would never really get that because I do love to travel, but I missed my family, I missed my friends. So I moved back, and then I'm like, what am I gonna do with my life? The like world of fashion is like so intense. There's, it's daunting to kind of like want to jump into that realm. So I smoke this joint. I'm laying on my floor with my dog. His name is Dude. And he's
This is great.
Yeah, Dude.
What kind of dog is it?
Labradoodle.
Okay.
So Dude the Doodle. and I'm just like, dude, what the fuck am I gonna do with my life? And I look up, and at the time, like, I've always worn hats. So I look up at my hat wall, and I probably had like 15 hanging on there. And then I'm like, wait, how the fuck do you make a hat? Because I can look at garments and understand their construction, but you look at a hat, there's no evident seams. You're like, how is this
I'm with you
created?
on that,
So-
100%.
So, sorry. So you're thinking fashion, though, already?
Yeah.
Okay. So obviously you went to school and you're thinking fashion, and hats were just nowhere in the mind frame.
No.
Okay, this is
nothing.
wild.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was honestly just like I'm laying there high as shit going, holy fuck, how do you make a hat? And then it just like, I don't know if it was the doobie, but curiosity got the best of me. And then I found this little preliminary course in Toronto, and it was called The Art of Millinery. So I take this little course, but it was more fascinator based. Like, we really didn't touch on blocking or like anything I do here.
Yeah, so now I'm fascinated.
Yeah.
But what's a fascinator?
So fascinator is, think of the Derby. Think of like Queen, whomever,
all those
wearing
little
those
hats that-
crazy, yeah.
Yeah.
Those are fascinators.
Okay.
So
Oh.
Do you know why they call it that?
I don't know. No, I don't. Maybe because they're fascinating. I would hope
I
that
think
it
it's
would be
fascinating
that
that they would
linear.
actually wear them.
Yeah, yeah. But
Huh.
so like that's what we were being taught to make. And I was like, this isn't what I envisioned. But it's still like I was able to, like get my toes wet and start using my hands and tooling again. And so, yeah. And then I've just been self-taught ever since.
Oh, wow.
Wait, so you went from that class to being self-taught?
Yes. Just like
the
loads
hell?
of YouTube videos, loads of stalking the people that I essentially wanted to become. Like, I knew I wanted to start a business. And yeah, that was in 2018. And then it's so expensive to start. Oh my goodness. Like, that was probably the one thing the instructor said about this realm. She was like, who here wants to, start a career out of this? And I was the only one to raise my hand. And she's like, ooh, okay, I'm just going to let you know, like, this is so expensive to get into. But once you have everything, that's all you need.
Right.
So, like, obviously, like, with any realm, like, you build your repertoire with, like, tooling and,
Sure.
and machining and stuff like that. So that's what I just did for essentially 4 years. And then stumbled upon the studio that I'm in now and was like,
It's
oh,
a great
shit.
space.
Yeah, it was a shithole going
Yeah.
in there. Oh my gosh. It was like, it was just full of old electrical lighting and dirt.
Well,
It was
honestly,
filthy,
even that
like-
building now, it's not the prettiest thing.
No, it's pretty on the outside, but it's kind of decrepit on the inside. Like, there's a lot of work that needs to go into it. But like, what makes that building so beautiful are the tenants. Like, there's beautiful photo studios, and this like beautiful like Midhaven Furniture is in there, who has like mid-century modern, just outstanding furniture. And there's a beautiful yoga studio and the cafe. Like, we're all trying to kind of give it a facelift.
I don't
like,
even know
internally.
this.
Well, I
Yeah.
hope that when we do a podcast for each one of those people they mention
Yeah,
Yeah.
Georgia.
yeah,
Yeah,
So,
100%.
What a commercial.
I know, fuckers.
Wow, incredible.
Okay, so now, do you have a question?
Well, yeah, I was just going to ask her, what was the first tool you bought? Like, what was the first thing that happened?
So I bought.
You said it's so expensive. I
Yeah.
want to know about this.
I bought my size in a hat block. So it's a wooden, like, essentially looks kind of like a head shape. It's called a half block, which is where I got my name from, off the block. and bought it in my size, and then bought some fabric and, and a steamer. Like, I think I spent like maybe $1,000 just to get the nitty gritties and like things that I needed to actually make a hat. And I started making them for myself, and everyone's like, "Oh, this is great." And I'm like, "I know, I made it." And yeah, and then it just kind of like the ball kept rolling, and
So you had to get several blocks.
yeah, now I think I have about 25.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I just put an order in for more, so I'll have like almost, I
How
would
many
say,
heads do these
40.
people have?
So everyone's head shape is unique. That's what's like brilliant about this realm is like
crazy.
you may have an oval head shape, you may have a long oval head shape, you may have a round head shape. You may have
Sounds like
never
she's picking on
gotten,
us.
yeah, you may have never gotten like, let's say tummy time. And I can tell when you didn't get tummy time when you're a baby because your head's friggin' flat on the back. But there's so many different shapes. So
Well,
you
just a
need
second.
to-
This is opening up something
I know.
wicked.
What the fuck?
So
Can we edit that out? No, I just
no, but that's fascinating.
Yeah.
So tummy time, children who have gotten tummy time lay with mom on their tummy or their dad, whoever's holding the baby, and not just put on
Yeah.
the floor or in a crib.
Yeah, because your occipital bone, which is like the most protruding portion of your head,
I was going to mention
needs
that.
to develop, right? So when you're limiting that development, like it develops the way like to its essentially like if you're not giving and allowing it the time to expand and to round out and
Right.
it's always on a flat surface, it's going to form flat.
I am going to
No
judge
way.
everyone I see
Yeah.
from this moment
I
forward.
didn't know that. I see so many flat heads, and I'm always like, wow, what a weirdo.
Yeah.
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 No
It's
tummy
just-
time.
No tummy time. I mean, there could be so many other reasons why they have a flat head, but I feel like it's.
I'm going with this
mainly-
one.
I'm going with tummy time.
It's like Play-Doh. You throw it on the floor.
Yeah.
And it's round on top and flat on the bottom.
No one throw their babies.
Fascinating.
Yeah. Yeah. Can we say
Warning.
that again? Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, don't try this at home.
Okay, sorry. Very interesting. You put in more orders for these blocks because people keep coming in, and you're like, wow, your head is so different.
Yeah.
I need to do another order.
Yeah, and because it's custom work too, like people are coming to me with a problem. They're saying like, I need a hat that fits my head. And I've seen some ginormous noggins come into my shop that I'm like, oh my God, your poor mother. Like, and it's just, so you have to solve that problem, right? So it's just like, I'm ordering I want the repertoire so I can make them perfectly for everyone. With that being said, like I've started to cut out the actual head shape of wood to use in my blocking stage. So it's just like, it's even like more foolproof. So yeah, there's a lot of just steps.
Explain that. I don't know. I didn't catch that.
So when I block a hat, which is the first step to hat making, like I'll take what's called a capeline. It's kind of just like a blank fabric. Looks like a sombrero, like no shape. It's so large and in charge. People come in and they're like, that's not what I want. I'm like, oh, no, like this still needs to get shaped. And I take it through a blocking phase. So I'm adding a lot of steam. I'm stretching the fabric over a hat block. And once that's done, like there's some steps after that, but I'm cutting out their head shape. Like I take what's called a conformator and it renders your exact head shape. And I draw that out and then I transfer it onto a plank of wood and then I cut that head shape out.
So is
then
this
I
something
can
you
steam
wrap
it.
around their head when you meet them kind of
Yeah,
deal?
yeah. So it's this device. It looks like I'm stealing all your memories.
Okay.
But really, it's just rendering your head shape for me,
Right.
so I can then choose an appropriate block. But so yeah, so there's just like
So if you have a block that's, let's say, 7.5, and it's round, do you have a 7.5 that's oval?
yeah, well, yeah, that's what I'm building is my repertoire of just like each size and each shape that you can get. And if I don't have that, then there's some manipulation that I have to do with the fabric to stretch it out to that hat size, which then like cutting out their head shape would be what I would be doing is trying to manipulate it so much so it's perfectly fit to their head.
This is an education.
I'm kind of a wizard.
Yeah,
I
I was going to call you.
That's wild.
Yeah. It's so cool. I love my job.
What's the largest head size you've worked with?
That would be 25 inches.
Oh my
Just a,
Yeah.
holy fuck.
just a
Yeah,
second.
like huge.
Yeah, but
like
what
such
does
a
that? What's
giant noggin?
Yeah,
I'm
but
like, oh my gosh.
What's that translate to as a hat size?
So that would be like 7 and like 6/8, but like sometimes because their head shape is different, it's more than that. So like there's
Can you eyeball Randy and give him a bit of an average?
See, I have a large
turn
hat.
to the left.
Oh,
I would probably
The
say
other left,
or
Randy.
other left. I would probably say you're maybe like 23 and a quarter.
Oh, okay.
yeah, I'm pretty smart.
Yeah.
A lot of space
Yeah.
up there for lots of information.
Yeah.
I think they'd fill it in more.
I think I wear a 7.5 hats.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that-
Okay. Maybe I'm a little off
Yeah,
on
so
my
that would
size.
be seven and a half, I think, is around like 58 centimeters. 58 centimeters is just under 23.
Okay.
Like, so yeah, you'd be in and around there.
It depends on how I wear my hair. I have some cowboy hats that don't fit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all
when
those
I have hair.
extensions you wear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I dread it out.
Yeah, and the pink wig, that's my favorite.
Yeah, thank you. You've mentioned it before.
In the opposite way, are there super small heads?
Yeah,
Where you
yeah.
went, wow, I just need like a little knob or
Yeah.
something.
So like it's just
have
crazy.
a
Like
joke about that.
everyone like that's the uniqueness, right? That's where the uniqueness starts in this realm is like they're already coming with like a unique shape and then they're building this hat that becomes an extension of them, which is then inherently unique because it's strictly only for them. So
Now, is it a
See,
case
that's
that
awesome.
is it a case that once you've made a hat for somebody's particular head, that the hat further molds to that head?
yeah, like there's some like room because I use a Roan leather sweatband. So I mean, like the natural oils in your sweat are gonna kind of like loosen that up and mold it. And just wearing it, like think of it as getting like a new pair of leather shoes. You got to break those bad boys in, and then they fit like a glove, right? And then they're like, how could I ever not wear these shoes? It's like
Right.
that's kind of like your hat. Like there's all these protein fibers that manipulate and like want to expand to like and adhere to like the wearer. So yeah,
Who the hell comes up with this?
it becomes like so comfortable. I have some hats like that I feel like are just hugging my head, and I'm like, oh my god, I love you so. Every time I put them on, I'm like, this is the best thing ever. I can't believe.
And do you ever walk down the street
That's
wearing
awesome.
one of those hats going, my God, that joint was awesome?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I do. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And people go, I can smell that. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's crazy. Like I always tell people, if you want a confident boost, get a custom hat because people will stop you, they will compliment you, and then you're like, holy fuck, like look at me go. So it is a confident booster, like straight up. When I first started wearing my hats, I would get stopped in the street and they're like, where'd you get this? And I'm like, the card, I made it. Like,
Yeah, man.
And I walk away like, oh,
That's
so badass.
so rad.
But
Yeah.
it's like everyone gets stopped. Like
That must feel amazing.
my mom, like I got made a hat for her, and she's just like, oh, I don't know if I can rock it. And I'm like, lady, all you gotta do is throw that bad boy on, take 2 steps out the door. I'm like, if you don't get a compliment in the first hour that you're wearing it, we gotta burn this thing. Like we're gonna change everything.
Yeah,
And
that's great.
Yeah, and she went to lunch and she's like, I had 6 people come up to my table or stop me like this, and I'm like, yeah. So it's just a really good confident boost.
See, this is an,
Yeah.
I love this. I love the confidence thing. So is that part of your sales? Do you use that?
For sure. Like the whole
you must
like,
have
just
people
step
come in that are
outside.
quite shy.
Yeah, absolutely. Like people don't know where to start, and it can be really overwhelming. Like there are so many different avenues that you can take with your hat, like shapes, colors, like like design elements. Like it's never ending. So it can be like a lot when you're in there, but
But it is one thing to make something for your mom who's uncertain.
yeah.
It is another that people walk into your shop and want to make something.
Yeah.
Usually that takes a personality.
Yeah, absolutely.
Somebody that does want to come in and get something made. But I imagine gifting somebody something, that's a less confident person perhaps that's received the gift.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
You know, that makes To me, that makes sense.
Like
it makes
the-
sense
the-
that your
the
mom's
person
like
that-
uncertain.
The
And
person that doesn't have the confidence that's going to rock this hat
Yeah.
won't walk in.
they didn't originally walk into the store.
Yeah.
you
Or
know.
they finally do. Like I just had a client last week who came in and was like, I've been watching your work for 4 years.
Wow.
Oh,
And I've
wow.
like essentially just built up the courage to do it. And it's so funny like how like the consultation evolves, because he ended up like designing like the sickest beaver cowboy hat, and we're putting in like brown crocodile skin and barbed wire, and I'm just like, this man who is so uncertain, like I'm gonna make the sickest fucking hat for him. And I'm just like, I was like, dude, you're gonna get stopped. I'm like, prepare to feel like a celebrity. Like
Wow.
this thing is gonna be outrageously badass.
Like real barbed wire?
yeah, yeah.
Is that his
Well, I
band?
No, he was like just a normal guy.
Oh, not in a band. But is it the hat
Yeah,
band?
the hat band,
Is
yeah.
made of, oh, that's
Barbed wire
crazy.
and freaking crocodile. Yeah.
How long will that take you to make?
It all depends. Because I import everything, like I don't sit on stock. I'm too small of a business to sit on stock. But
Sure.
so it just depends on if it's in stock. But I always tell people like 4 to 8 weeks is
That's not bad.
Is a good window.
Everything custom is worth waiting for.
Yeah,
I got this
absolutely.
guitar custom made by
Yeah.
a young guy from Cambridge.
Yeah.
I mean,
Who?
it took him 6 months.
Trailblazer.
Trailblazer? No.
Trailblazer guitar?
No. He's like a young woodworker, and he just was trying guitars. and
Wicked.
He's a guitar player himself.
Yeah.
and he calls his company Embido. And I saw him at a cafe, like doing work, you know, and he had all the math and all the stuff. And I just
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
went, whoa. And I literally handed him some dough
Yeah.
to make me a guitar that's worth way more than what he, was
Yeah.
allowed me to spend on his. Anyway,
Gorgeous.
but it took a number of months,
Yeah.
and why would I not want to wait when it's not necessarily? I love my Les Paul, but it's a standard guitar. I can go into a store and buy it. I'll wait a year for that thing.
Yeah.
And when he walks
when
down,
you say 4 to 6 or 8 weeks is
when you walk down the street with this over your shoulder, people compliment you.
that's right. That's right.
It takes confidence.
Just there, like
Yeah.
that's so funny.
But that makes sense. 8 weeks. That's not that long.
No. Like I think I've had like one circumstance where it was like way over that. And like I didn't get a restock notification. So now I pre-order everything, but so I missed a restock and I'm like, holy fuck balls. Like this is crazy. And I just said like,
Nobody said fuck balls
No,
on here before.
No,
sorry.
this is the first.
Yeah.
I love it.
And I
I like
was
to
just-
research where that term came from.
Yeah.
And I'm like, listen, I'm going to give you another custom hat. So I want you to pick a color. So when you pick yours up, it'll be ready and you can just design it and pick out everything you want on the spot. She's like, holy shit. Like, what? Like, you don't need to do that. Like, I'm fine to wait. And I'm like, yeah, but it's just like I do try to strive for those moments and to like recognize, because I think it's so important as a small business. Like, people are so critical of small businesses, and I just want to be like, guys, this is just like, I'm just a girl who had a dream and I'm just trying to fulfill that dream. Like,
Now, was it a dream or was it something else?
yeah, I know, just a Wally. No, but
it
like
was a vision.
Yeah, like I've always been
True.
inclined to, like fashion. Having an eccentric style is always like, I've always looked different, and I pride myself in that. Like,
Wow.
yeah,
You and my daughter
Yeah,
Randy
your
are going
coat-
to get along very well.
Yeah, your coat was awesome. Yeah, you don't have to be wearing a hat to show.
No, I got that
love of
flair. I
fashion.
got that pizzazz. So, and it like, I can't help it. Like, if I look like someone else, I'm like, no. I think that's why I thrift a lot, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, so it's just like, this is just the evolution of Georgia fucking McNab,
Oh, that's
essentially.
wicked. Now, is that your real middle
right.
name? Your parents were hippies?
Yeah, Georgia fucking
Wicked.
McNab. I know.
Yeah,
No, of course not. Imagine. That would be epic. Oh my goodness. No.
parents are like middle name after what created her. Yeah.
Yeah, the board of
Oh
reading
my
your
god.
passport.
It's too funny.
Okay, I have so many questions. The time it takes, the 4 to 6, 8 weeks. So I've been to fairs and things of that nature, bike shows, where they have a booth where somebody's stretching material and making hats and cutting them, and they fit them to your head. I was in a place in Tennessee where they take a toothpick and they put it in the middle of your...
Yeah.
I had no idea what he was doing, but I figured it was centering. So can you do that? Is that something that's possible?
Yeah. So those are all like pre-made
Okay.
hats. So those would be generic sizes
Boring.
that they're then changing like the look and creating something that you want. But like absolutely I could do that, but I stick with the custom. Like
Right.
I will say that I am expanding my business to a hat bar, so it will be something along those lines, so I can do festivals, because when you are in a custom realm, someone could love this hat and they're like, oh my God, this is my dream hat. Holy
Right.
shit. And then it doesn't fit them. And because I only want to do one of a kind work, because
Right.
I think it's important that like this is the only one that exists in this world. Sure, I'm sure some person in Timbuktu is fucking stealing designs and whatever, or,
Sure.
you know, things get recreated, but it's like that was specifically made for them. So it's like, oh, sorry. So I'm starting kind of like what's called a hat bar. So the concept is, yeah, people can walk up, get a hat, they design it on the spot, and like, boom,
Wow.
that's it. So yeah.
Okay. I have a specific thing in mind, and we can discuss later, but yeah, okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
So if I go to one of these stores in Nashville, Tennessee, and I see all the cowboy hats on the walls, some range from a few $100 to thousands of dollars. I imagine it's often materials and things like that.
Yeah.
I also imagine that some of the people from behind the scenes are hardworking hatters or milliners or whatever,
Yeah.
similar to you. But I'm expected to be able to take a hat off the wall and put it on my head and hopefully find the size for me. Do you have an opinion on the costs of these hats at all? And are they like way overpriced because they're not quite doing what you do?
And they're being made by machines.
Yeah. I mean, like, I think yes and no. Like, the quality is there. So if they're using like 100x pure beaver and that bad boy is costing $1,200, I'm like, yeah, as it should. Like, even when I import, like, I spend upwards of $600 just to create a hat. So like there is that margin, right? But I think like for custom, you should be charging more. So like those hats that are off the rack, I think they shouldn't cost as much as a custom creation. But when you're using just immaculate material, it's like, I don't know.
How do you
now that I see
argue
it,
that?
right? Like, yeah, how do you argue that? So the custom, like the elements that you put into a custom, like you would assume that it should charge more, right? Because there's so many different things that you're considering. Like you're learning about this person to create something that becomes an extension of them. But I don't know. I don't want to knock people for like having a wonderful store that you can just walk in and like, I would love to get to that point where it's like, Susie Lou, get in here. We're getting you. You know what I mean? Like,
But like that Stetson that's up on that head there.
yeah.
I mean, it's not like it's. I don't know who creates a Stetson hat necessarily, but it's not like it's his store. Those are in every
Yeah.
hat store.
Yeah.
You kind of hoping to get to that point where you've chained out a little.
Yeah.
As
think
a custom maker?
Yeah. Like, because
Okay.
what you have to consider, and like, I think just the feedback over the last 4 years of having my shop is people are like, they hear the price point and they're like, oh, shit, like, you know, life is crazy expensive. And they're like, I can't justify that. So, you know, having that off the rack moment where it's a price point that's lower, it may not be the like 100% beaver or whatever. It's a lower quality fabric, but still a good quality at the end of the day.
Sure.
You're trying to reach that demographic as well, right? So, yeah, it's just kind of the evolution. Like would love to only stay custom, but it's like, as everything increases, prices increase, right?
Sure.
So it's just like you're trying to get creative on, you know, how to stay alive in an economy that really doesn't want you to. So that means like if you're bringing in just pre-made hats that allow people to juju it up, then
Yeah.
it's like, all right, let's fucking do it. Like at the end of the day, it's an experience that people want, right? So, and you know, custom isn't for everyone. People go, I don't need a custom hat, but they want a custom experience. So you're also playing with that, right? So
Well, see, that's interesting. They don't want a custom hat, but they want a custom experience. So they want to buy a generic hat off the rack and maybe juju it up.
Gives
yeah,
them the
and
vibe.
make it their own, right? Like,
Right.
yeah. So they're still walking away with something that is theirs. Like they made this, they chose everything. I just assembled it for them, and they're like, "This is fucking amazing." Like they don't care about it being custom fitted to their head, right? So,
Right. Interesting.
Interesting.
That I think that's like you would think that person after discussing that would just bite the bullet and get the custom hat done because
yeah.
maybe they're just not hat people and they want that.
It is a
experience.
jump. It's a jump.
Yeah.
You know,
If you're not a hat person, like, well, one, I must say, everyone is. You just are going and trying on one size fits all. So it's like you have this fucking ginormous noggin over here and this little egghead over here expected to look good in the same hat. That doesn't work, right? Like,
Right.
that's why people are like, this isn't for me. They go to the custom route and they're like, holy shit. Like, I have this one client who's on her third hat.
Wow.
She came to me, she's like, I love your work, but I don't think I can pull it off. And I'm like, Christine, all you got to do, sweetheart, is we'll put this together, you know? And all you got to do is put it on your head and walk out the door. Like, that is literally all you have to do is wear it. Like, you know, and then I got a call probably 2 hours after her first one that she picked up. And she's like, everyone's stopping me on the street. Like, I feel like a celebrity. I'm like, let's go, girl. You know, and then she's just like, it's just like, now she's on her third, right? Because there's so many different avenues like you can and colors to choose from. Like it's never ending, right? So I have a lot of clients who are repeat clients, and then once they get it, they're like, holy fuck, like how was I ever wearing anything else? And I also like do a lot of refurbishing. People are like, I have my grandpa's hat, I love it, it doesn't fit. Like, so I try to work with that realm, but I've seen some pretty gnarly hats that have like mold in them, and I'm like, you need to just hang this up on a wall and never put it on your head.
Yeah, wash out the mold first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just try to do refurbishing too, so people.
what if they're like, this mold's kind of giving it a cool camouflage look, though?
I'm
Yeah,
like,
I
know,
really love the smell.
yeah. If
Yeah.
you're into that, you're into that. But I'm not
Whoa.
gonna yuck your yum. But that ain't for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, well, speaking of refurbishing, I happen to have a hat I bought in Canmore, Alberta, and then discovered it was made in Guelph. That was a little disappointing.
I hope you didn't fly out just for that. Like,
Let's go hat shopping.
yeah.
But I've owned it for, oh my gosh, a long time. Let's go there.
Yeah. Like
And the
when you're 75.
Yeah,
It's gonna be long.
whoa.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
the inside is all gone, and there's no band inside, and it's kind of soft now. The material, it's gotten wet a million times. You know,
probably got
I've
mold.
stunted it, and it's gone everywhere. But
Yeah, bring it in.
yeah,
Yeah, bring it back. I'll bring it back to life for you.
oh, very cool.
Resurrect it.
Okay.
It's actually kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have is there a washing game? Like, do you,
I can't do like a deep clean. I had a woman call me yesterday and she was like, no, this hat is like decrepit. It really needs. And I'm like, I don't have any water in my unit. So I do just like spot cleaning and treatments in that sort, but I can't do like a full blown deep clean.
How do you steam?
okay.
Pardon?
How do you steam? Like you said, you steam.
Yeah. Well, that's like I plug it into the wall and then I I turn it on and then it just, it's crazy. I'm like, how does this happen?
Now I
Okay,
want to.
but let's say someone walks out with your beautiful new hat
Yeah.
and they're stoked to look like a celebrity, and
Yeah.
then a bird shits on it.
then I would be like, that's really good luck. Let's try this out. And no, I'm just kidding.
Just leave it there.
Yeah, just leave it there. Adds to the story. No, I would then like obviously bring that in and
Because
and
nobody
clean it.
wants to like do something to their hat. They don't want to wet it or do something, I imagine.
I tell everyone like, just
Sorry.
bring it in. Like if like I had one client, he's like, my dog, I didn't realize my hat was in the back of my truck. My dog like trampled it. And this thing looked like it was run over by 14 buses. I'm like, buddy, is this really what happened? Or did you trip
Yeah.
out in the woods? And, you know, this is a byproduct of some serious stuff. But he's like, no, my dog. And then, yeah, I just brought it back to life. Did a lot of like cleaning, spot treatment, and like, you can reshape.
Can they
Okay.
can they get wet?
Yeah, like it depends what the fabric is. Like if you're working with 100% beaver, you can dunk that thing in a lake, go swimming in it.
Well, you would think it would have
it's-
been wet before.
Yeah, well, but like using hot
the beaver.
steam, which is, yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah.
It's where it
This
came
guy.
from.
Yeah, I know, right? But it just depends. Like rabbit fur felt isn't as dense as beaver. Those are the two that I work with. So when people get 100% rabbit, I do say like there may be a little bit of TLC you need to put into here because it's not as dense, it's not as rigid and sturdy. And if that's the case, like I would rather them just bring it to me. Come say hi, hang out for 10 minutes, and I bring your hat back to life so quickly, and you're out the door again, right?
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, but like I've been like at a campfire in the winter with like 4 inches of snow on my hat.
Oh,
And
wow.
People are like, "Is that okay?" And I'm like, "There's gonna be 4 more inches after this." Like, so it's just
Wow.
yeah. There's a lot of longevity in with you.
That's the thing is I feel like you walk out with something like this, it's untouchable. It's almost
Yeah.
hard to wear because
Yeah.
you don't want to ruin it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's going to rain today.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm like a strong believer. Like patina the shit out of it, you know? Like it's a like take it on your wildest adventures. You get some dirt on it, it's like, oh man, like
Yeah, it's
when we were in X, like this is what happened
It's
to my
the
hat.
story.
Exactly, right? Like it's supposed to I also say like it's supposed to evolve with you. So like if you're bringing your hat into me and it's like there was this one client, Matt, he wears one of his hats. He has 3 now from me, or two. And he wears his one religiously, and his sweatband was like black. And I'm just looking at this thing going like, this is beautiful. Like,
And then you question whether he showered or not.
yeah. And then I'm like, are you okay? Like, yeah.
He doesn't have any water either.
So yeah, I just think like, I mean, like people do want to keep their hat looking pristine. Absolutely. And there's, you know, ways that you can buff out any dirt and whatnot. But I don't know. I'm a strong believer of like, just let it live on.
No, that's
Like, let it
great.
Patina and yeah.
See, I'm really digging this watch thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that's so fun.
Actually, I'm digging this one. This one's obviously made for Blair.
What is it? Oh, it's
a car's on
burning
fire.
car.
It's a, yeah.
Did you see that, Blair?
Yeah,
It's a
pretty
car
sick.
It's
all on
actually a
fire.
police car.
Yeah, there's people listening in that can't see these, so
Oh,
you should
okay.
go on YouTube and watch.
Yeah.
But
So,
but why would somebody get a burning car unless they're not Blair stuntman?
Well, this is actually my boyfriend's hat. And he came up with the concept, and I'm like, oh, that's very like Rage Against the Machine vibes. And I was like, which I love Rage Against the Machine, so I'm like, I'm into this.
wouldn't
like,
it be funny if he was at home right now looking for his hat?
Yeah, probably. Well, he has
Yeah.
another one to wear, so
Okay, I see. So that's where that came
Yeah.
from.
That's a great
Yeah.
idea.
yeah.
Here, hold it up in front of your mic there so that the camera
Here.
over here behind you.
Blair, are we on? Are we on Georgia?
Yeah.
Oh, look.
The wide, because I love it in a wide too, but
But yeah, like this is what's called pyrography. Remember that word that
Yeah,
you're like, what the hell is this word?
pyrography.
So it's just burned art. So a lot of people do this on wood, but I just do it on felt. And it's probably one of my favorite design elements that you can incorporate into a hat because people are like I've done mountains and birds and flowers and like really like foxes and just so much different, like it's really whatever they want. I've never said no. Sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, like I hope this friggin' turns out or I
Yeah,
have to
sure.
restart this entire hat.
Wow.
But I like it because it pushes me out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that I was an artist. Like, you're in high school and art school and you're like half stoned and you're like, I just paint away. And it's like, sure, like I always loved painting and art and drawing, but like you don't take it seriously when that's not what you want to like do with your life, essentially. So then I remember like my first couple months, like this woman in Alberta bought a hat. She's like, I found this like epic butterfly. And I'm like, holy piss. Like, and I'm like, but yes, like I'm a yes woman. So I'm like, sure. It turned out spectacular. I called my mom and I was like, I am a genius. Like, what is going on here?
That's so awesome.
So it's just like, I like it because it does push me out of my boundaries. And it also like allows for your hat to like say something about you and like tell a story. So
Totally.
yeah. But there's there's
Yeah, pick
so
that one up.
many-
That's fascinating, that one.
Yeah, so this is a little like coffin shaped top.
Oh, look at that.
Little
Okay,
paint distressing and
Yeah.
a bourbon joker
Who,
card.
whose friend of yours is that belong to?
This is
That's
for
gorgeous,
sale.
man.
Oh,
Wow, that
kidding.
thing is gorgeous.
and what's the size?
This I think is like I would have to double check, but I think 7 1/4.
Oh, it's too small.
But it's up on my website. Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Hundy?
Blair
Yeah.
is 7 1/4.
Yeah.
That is a gorgeous friggin' hat.
Yeah. Now, how do you do the burning thing?
So this, I torch it. I use a
Oh,
torch.
sure.
I love.
Now, is that something else you can just turn on?
Yeah.
You just plug it in and
Yeah.
Start
You would
going.
like you wouldn't believe.
I just hold this
would-
over the stove.
Yeah. I just.
when we're out hot night.
Yeah. I'm a little bit of a pyro, not gonna lie. So anytime anyone wants to torch their hat, I'm like,
Yes.
fuck yeah, like let's do it. And like there's a process in some of my hats where I light the entire hat on fire.
Whoa.
Yeah, I love it. Like anytime someone really wants to rug it up, I'm like, let's fucking do it.
You're talking to 3 fire guys in the stunt business. This is a
I know.
great idea.
I'm jealous of what you guys do for a living.
yeah, it's boring.
Yeah.
I told you, give me 5 beers and I'm a stunt woman myself, but like, holy moly, that's epic.
What's this one? Now,
I'm on the coffin hat.
Yeah.
Wow, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, me
so
too.
this is just a cattleman, like a cowboy hat.
Yeah.
With a low turn brim. But
Now, you do
I
that, though, right? Like,
yeah, I do everything.
okay.
Yeah.
Everything, all
look
the way.
on-
I hand mold everything, and then I put this little like floral pattern on the bottom, and the girls go wild for these bad boys. They
That's
really
so
love
fun.
them. Yeah.
Now,
so-
is that felt? And if felt is a generic term,
Yeah.
different from this one, the coffin one.
All of these are rabbit fur felts.
They are, okay.
Yeah. Like I only brought one Western weight.
Now, is when you do the rabbit fur felt,
Mm-hmm.
do you treat them differently? That one looks a little fuzzier than this one.
Yeah. So this one has all of the loose fibers have been burned off.
Okay.
And so it's called pouncing. So you sand your hat down. I like the look of it looking a little softer. So I just did a light pounce on this. But yeah, that's why they look different, because if there's any
Yeah, so this bottom one is the same as that one.
Yeah.
I think I like the soft look as well, except for the fact that this hat,
It's unique.
like, it's so unique.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
I'm digging that.
yeah. The listeners have no idea what these look like, but the people watching YouTube, I mean,
Yeah.
we'll turn this into a clip or something they can watch later too.
Yeah,
but
we might be able to put some of the pictures of these.
is your Instagram at Off the Block?
@_off_the_block_. There's some fucking butcher in Massachusetts who has off the
Massachusetts. Some butcher.
But
Yeah,
no,
I love
yeah,
how
so-
she used our name in the.
Yeah,
in
exactly.
yeah, that was good.
Andrew and Randy Butcher.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know. But no, seriously, like it's crazy that I have to have an underscore in front of there, but that's okay. You know,
Yeah.
So underscore
back.
at
Block,
underscore
I
off the block underscore.
Yeah. And I should pop up right away. Like there's my logo. It's
Yeah.
some mushrooms wearing a cowboy hat and
Okay. It's
Does
just
a
so
lot.
that some
It's all
so you
about
know
psychedelics, man.
I
they
know.
can
I
just look you up real quick and check out some of your hats that we're talking about, you know.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, and so while we're at talking about that,
Yeah.
the black one with the stopwatch. Now, is that one for sale or is that
It
a
is.
client? Okay.
Yeah.
So why the stopwatch? Who decided to put that on?
I did.
Okay, that's
I
a
was
great idea.
You know what?
Yeah,
like
it's very cool.
sometimes you're just listening to tunes and you're like, and you're just creating. And then all of a sudden you finish this hat and you're like, holy fuck.
There's a real theme
Like,
going
what
on
just
here.
happened? Yeah. Did I just black out? No. But honestly,
Pocket
like,
watch.
yeah. But I don't know. It was just there. And I liked kind of like the tone of it.
Yeah.
And then I put on this like pinup girl in a tub.
Yeah.
She's hot.
Yeah.
Little falcon feather and
Super cute.
yeah, super cute. And then yeah, the shape is a crossover. So like I brought all of these because they have all different elements to them. Like so they're all very, very like drastically different.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
And they're all called something. Sorry, they all have different unique names, right?
Yeah. All online. Please don't ask me what they are. Because I
Okay.
cannot remember.
Okay, so
How do you do that one?
So that's actually spray painted. So
Okay.
I just spray
Oh,
painted
wow.
the piss out of it. I was taking this to Palm Springs for a bachelorette, and it was Pride weekend there.
Okay.
So this was just such a hit with the gays.
Wicked sense.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I love it. Spray painting, I love because it just adds dimension.
It looks
and, like,
awesome.
yeah.
And what's the little rocks on the side?
Yeah, these are just like little crystals,
Crystals.
dyed crystals. Yeah.
for healing and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So yeah.
That's
and
beautiful.
the final one, the brown.
Yeah, this one. Okay.
Look at that. Look at the top of that
Yeah,
one.
so this it's so crazy. Like I have not been able to find out what the shape is of this hat. I saw it on like a really old school Western style creation that a client brought in, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? So I did what's called a cattleman crease. So this is what starts as a cowboy hat, and then I flipped it in the back and then added what's called a mule kick. So it's this little like flip on the front.
Oh wow.
Yeah, added in some gorgeous ribbon and
Mule kick.
yeah, but
Wow.
like this one is like
That's super.
the moment I did this, it's sitting in my shop. I think I sold like 6 Apache, like so I call it an Apache. Right after they're like, "What is that?" I'm like, "Right."
And that's a lady's hat. That
Yeah, like this could be like. I mean, obviously,
well,
I
it depends on
dressed
how
more
you
for-
adorn it. Right, Sure.
Exactly. But I don't know. I stopped doing a lot of like ready to wear. So I only have like select things on my website for sale because, again, if you love it, but it's not your size, like
Right.
you can't buy
Yeah.
it. Right.
Right.
So I started to make them all in my size. So if they don't sell, I'm like, add it to
hilarious.
the repertoire.
Yeah, like I mentioned, 7.5.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just in case.
Yeah.
Do you have materials that you want to work with, or why just the rabbit and the beaver?
They're the best quality.
Okay.
And it's just like, you can ask any Mad Hatter that. Like beaver is the top notch. Like it's so dense. It's beautiful. It's so soft. And the density of the fabric really holds its shape over time. So that sucker is like, they are all essentially an heirloom, but like if it's 100% rabbit, you shouldn't have to ever reshape that bad boy or nothing. Like when you get into like, the fur felt like rabbit, that's a little less dense. Like there is a little bit of room that you have to kind of play with, but yeah, they're just the best. I remember I blocked a wool hat and I was like, I fucking hate this. Like it's just not the best quality, and like, but that's all like the generic hats are made of, like a lot of off the rack. Like
Sure.
besides like obviously Stetson and like really down south, like they're obviously using quality stuff, but like my hat bar, that's going to be likely a merino Australian wool. Because I'm trying to look for the best wool possible.
Right.
Because I don't want to.
You still want to sell a quality hat.
Exactly. So yeah. So, but it's just, wool just doesn't have the longevity, right? Like it's still a protein fiber, but it doesn't have the wicking capabilities that the fur felts have. Like it will pill, like it loses its shape over time. All of these fabrics are infused with shellac as well. And I just find that it doesn't bind as best with wool. So like it loses its shape over time. So
So is each one of these hats made of one piece, except for the brim underneath the one hat?
no, so essentially like, well, yes, like they all were formed from a capeline, but a capeline is formed from like essentially chopping up pelts into like really tiny microscopic fibers and then binding
Oh,
them together.
Okay.
I was going to say, because
into a cone
they have
shape.
to be one big rabbit.
Oh yeah, I know. No, this is like
True enough.
multiple rabbits.
Oh, see,
multiple rabbits.
This is an education. So you take the people that manufacture the capelline, that fabric is a created fabric
Yeah.
from rabbit or beaver.
Exactly, yeah. And it's put into a shape which is called a capelline. So it's kind of like this dome. And that's specifically for hatters to mold. Because if you were to like just take a piece of paper and try to make a shape out of it,
Yeah.
you're going to have to put some seams and darts. And so you're going to see all this like sewn like creases everywhere and seams everywhere. But they specifically make it into a shape that we can steam over a hat, stretch it out, and build a hat.
This
from
is
it.
why you
So-
don't see the rabbit's face on the.
No, no.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
tail.
Thank God.
Yeah, and they're all imported from Czech Republic. That's like a really big hub for capelines and like just hatters materials.
Really?
So yeah, they're farmed, and I'm told, like, because I did inquire, like, I wanted everything to be as ethical as
100%.
possible. So I inquired, and they're like, no, like, all the meat gets used up. Like this, it's like they farm
Yeah.
them, right? So, like, I hope, like, I don't know who's eating rabbit or beaver, but like, I don't know if they're like where it goes, but they said it did. I just have a little bit of trust in humanity, so I'm.
Yeah.
I imagine that it is.
Yeah.
Farming beavers. Interesting.
Yeah, beaver. I don't know. But rabbit. Yeah.
Damn.
People eat a lot of rabbit.
Yeah.
You know,
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
So it's a byproduct of the meat industry.
I get it.
Yeah. Yeah. There's another joke in there, but I'm not going to share it.
Okay, so going. Yeah, beaver.
I don't want to go.
So snake skin and things like that are just out, or is it?
Or is it just something that's a
Just the
decoration?
That's more of a decoration. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
You need it to be like a fur, like an actual, like, something that you can manipulate, right? Like when you look at fur felts, like you can manipulate the fabric, but snakeskin, like,
Sure.
I have some, do I have any on this one? No, but I have some, I imported some Japanese python that was really sick, and it came with like the head intact.
Oh my.
And no one wanted the head. I was like, is everyone, what's going
kidding?
on?
Yeah,
I'm like,
that
why
sounds
wouldn't you want this? It
fucking
has this fucking, yeah. So I put it on one of my hats because I'm like, this is sick. But yeah, it makes like, you wouldn't be able to like stretch it and pull it, or like it just rip, right?
Right.
So like these are so durable. Like I put a lot, like I'm fucking jacked on my one arm because I'm stretching the shit out of these. Like I'm honestly yanking and yanking away. Sometimes I'm like,
So the capelline, is that
Yeah,
capelline?
capelline, yeah.
Capelline is a dome shape
Yeah.
sort of a thing.
Yeah.
So I remember when we were kids, just me, and some of my friends, we'd go to the local like Goodwill store and buy a man's hat, and we'd soak them
Yeah.
in hot water and then push them down on a football and make high domed sort of hillbilly hats.
yeah, were they white? 'Cause, like getting some KKK vibes here.
Oh no,
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
no, they were gray and brown.
Yeah, yeah. No, the like for Coneheads, like that movie where you kind of like replicating, isn't it? The
Yeah,
Coneheads?
right.
Yeah.
Oh, no, so Coneheads is
That's
a
a
great
classic.
reference.
Yeah,
Is that the shape of a capelline?
not like the cone. Like it doesn't have that like apex.
Yeah.
But it's like kind of like
Rounded.
A
yeah.
tall.
It looks like your head like fits into it, but it's just so loose and so wide. It's like this big, and it's
Yeah.
like doesn't fit on your head, but it kind of can rest there. So it's like the shape of a head. Like you know that there's a direction that that it wants to go.
So you
know?
pull that down over the block.
Yeah.
You shape the hat on top.
Yeah.
And then you have excess as a brim.
Yeah.
That you end up having to trim
Yeah.
in any shape and somebody whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. So like whatever the specifications are, right? So if people are going with like a cowboy hat, you leave the brim like minimum 4 inches, depending on what their preferences are. But yeah, like essentially it starts off with a capelline. I blast the shit out of it with steam, and then I stretch it over a hat block that is a dome shape.
So that's that machine you plug in and
Yeah.
then flick a switch.
You got it.
I learned.
So then, and then from there, I add a brake line. So that's like a specific, like, it's where the crown and the brim meet. So you know it's going to be like a good fitted hat. It's not going to be all like slanted or anything. And then once it dries overnight, I'm taking I'm pouncing it, so I'm sanding it, and then I take a rounding jack and I trim the brim, and then I'm putting in a sweatband, and then I hand shape all of the shapes. So like everything that you see here was shaped by hand.
Do you shape like this coffin one? Is that shaped first and then the burn?
No, like I shape it and then I burn it. Yeah. So like this was actually like, let's just.
Oh, now
Oh my God, you're ruining it.
breaking the hat.
This was like a dome, and then I went in with a bunch of steam and like started shaping it. So then I shaped it into this.
Oh, wow. And you just,
into this shape.
Are you just doing that like with your fingers?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So.
Now, so,
It looks great. Wow.
oh, so you only steamed that particular portion to make that shape, while this is still stiff and dry, right?
Yeah, like you can only manipulate it if it's wet. Like, so if it's hot and if it's moist, because that's the only way it's going to move. But because it's infused with shellac, once it dries, that's the shape. Like you saw me punch this out, and then all I had to do was put it back into place, because essentially that's like where I trained it to go with.
So it doesn't want to leave that
No,
position.
it's like I'm a coffin shape. Fuck off.
Right.
I
Oh my
almost,
goodness.
I almost heard it say that.
Yeah, I know. It's like rest in peace. Leave me alone.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's honestly, that hat is really quite something.
Yeah, that's cool.
They're all amazing, but that's so unique.
Speaking of unique, does anybody want another beer?
Yep.
Sure.
Georgia? Blair?
Is this business of hat making, you started out in this fashion, you had the fashion eye, you know, is it going to branch? Are you going to end up doing shoulder stuff, jackets, other
Vests.
things, belts?
So yes, it will.
Yes is the long answer, yeah.
Yes is the long answer. So I took a silversmithing course to learn how to just make jewelry.
Wow.
And then cue the price of silver. I'm like, motherfucker. So that's
Especially
kind of,
right now.
you know, oh my gosh. I'm like, oh, like,
Yeah,
what the
totally.
fuck is going on in this world?
That's crazy.
So that's
Let's
kind of.
not discuss that.
Yeah, touche. So that's kind of something that like I do want to get into again, is just making kind of decals and beautiful pieces for the hats. But I think it's just like the main focus is the hats and the hat bar. But like the hat bar, I want to make like cowboy boot charms. Like you see, like people get gung ho for really like anything that is unique. So it's just kind of playing around with like what fits within this realm, right? Like
I can see that people would want to match a hat to something
So
else they
there's
have.
so
or
many times
Oh, that's
where
interesting.
people will reach out and they go, okay, I love your stuff. I have these cowboy boots. What can we do? And I'm like, you're in the right hands. Come on in. Like, so yeah, people do like, that is something that they do. Right. So it's like,
Yeah.
you have to play on like the evolution of like, or just like kind of like, this is like, I'm not going to sit here and say that it's very Western. There are Western elements in a hat. I don't think you need to be a Western person to wear a hat. But there is a big side of this Western kind of culture that people love, and that could be a byproduct and can be an add-on to your hat, like bolo ties, boot charms, like things that you can incorporate on your hat. You know what I mean? Like, let's say like you come in for a hat and you're like, your wife isn't a hat person.
Right.
And it's like, oh, well, I can just make you a bolo tie, like the same stone that's on your husband's. So like you have a little bit of correlation there.
Oh, that's fun.
So it's like, that's like ideally the direction, but first and foremost, it's opening up the hat bar, which will hopefully be like June, July-ish. And then bringing in everything there. And like, I have merch, like I made these 2 sweaters that they essentially are just for me, but it's really hard to like go on Alibaba and order things from China. Like I'm like the language barrier. I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy. And then the time too, they'll only reply because they're halfway across the world. I'm having conversations with Suzanne at like 4 a.m. I'm like, what is going on? Like it was just crazy. But
A girl in China named Suzanne.
yeah, well,
Okay.
I think Sue-Ann, but she's such a sweetheart.
Okay.
So I made some merch. Like I made these sweaters. I had one that was a skull wearing a cowboy hat, smoking a cigarette, and that was like on the back. And then I had like three skeletons dancing with cowboy hats. So those were on 2 sweaters. Anytime I wear them, people are like, "Can I get one?" But when I message them back, like, "Yeah, I'd like to proceed," but I ordered like an XL and a medium, but they were almost like the same size. So I was like, how do we like fix this? And then it was just gone.
I mean,
dead to the world.
We've sort of had a similar experience, just trying to get merch and whatnot going.
Yeah.
I mean, we could do a lot longer, better search, but just the few items that we've ordered for testing and all that, it's just they've always come in and we're going, what the fuck is this?
There's a lot of play with it, right? And then that like getting those 2 sweaters took me, I would say, like accumulatively like probably 20 hours, like from design to color to placement, and then they arrive and it's like,
Yeah, crap.
yeah, so I'm hesitant, but I know merch will come likely spring of next year.
Okay.
But yeah,
And if there's anybody listening that happens to know a drop shipper that's incredible, please let us know.
let me know.
We have this beautiful logo, and we have people asking for shirts, and we have hats, and whatever. But finding someone who's an incredible drop shipper
Yeah.
that will
Yeah, that would
create
just
on
help
the
make
on the
times
fly,
easier.
and
Yeah.
it's really hard.
And it's just like also like a little bit of a downfall that you can't, like, if you want to get it Canadian made, it's so expensive. So then you got to charge like $140 for a sweater when it's like, I don't want to do that.
I agree.
So it's just, so there's just a lot of, trial and error, but that's what this business has literally been built on, is just trial and error. So
Where will your hat bar be?
I have a second room in my shop.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, so it's small. So I'll be focusing on probably parties of like 8 to 10 because it can still expand into my shop. You guys have been there. It's I think it's a great size. And then hopefully, if all things go well, I would probably open up like strictly a hat bar spot. Hire a couple of maybe students who want to get creative and love those elements. And yeah, so that's just like a girl can dream though.
That's awesome.
20 years later, I'm still working on it. Then we have a fucking problem.
Right.
But yeah.
Have you found that the niche? I mean, it's obviously a niche market, but there can't be many of you in nearby.
So it's definitely getting more popular.
Why is it so popular?
I think it's because social media obviously plays a huge role in this. Making a hat is extraordinarily badass. And the videos that people are producing of making the hats, like, I can certainly do a better job, but oh my gosh, like, I didn't sign up to be a social media guru. I just want to create and like make these beautiful things. So I've gone a little bit better with my social media. I will say I do slack, but people have these incredible videos showcasing like how you're making a hat, and it's, like you get a little enthralled. You're like, this is freaking cool. Like,
Totally.
when I first started, I had the same, reaction to seeing others create hats. Like, I'm like, I can't wait to create my own. So obviously social media plays a big part. And then secondly, I think people are like, what's a creative element that that resonates with me, like resonates with who I am. So if they're already a hat wearer and they're passionate about wearing hats, like that's what they want to do. Like I teach workshops. So I think I've done 6 workshops. I've had 6 students. I love teaching, by the way. Oh my gosh, such a passion of mine. I never had a mentor. So to have that kind of, to be that for someone is just amazing.
Sure.
But I've had a student like full-fledged, like start his own business.
Oh, wow.
And calls me up with any questions. And I just started also making tooling. So I haven't released it yet, but it's just my students that know, but they can get hat blocks from me and really any tooling to start, because what you find in this industry is you import everything. Like I'm talking like all my hat blocks are like from Poland, Manchester, Czech Republic, Australia, like the United States, California, Utah. Nothing is in Canada. Like there was just a gentleman, I think last year that started. I think he's a year and a half into it. So yeah, so there's a little bit of demand there. So
It's crazy because I mean we have more than enough beavers and rabbits.
yeah, but
would
the
think.
fabrics all imported. So the tooling it's more easy to, develop. Yeah, I've been working on that, but yeah, he took a course with me, bought a full set of hat blocks and hit the ground running. And I'm like,
Wow.
all the power to you.
I appreciate that you want to hand that down and that you're not trying to hoard it for yourself,
Yeah.
which is what a lot of people do or think they have to do.
I think like there's like how many fucking billion people on the planet?
Yeah.
You're telling me that every single one has to come to me for a hat? Like there's like,
Would be nice.
Yeah. Oh my God, would be so nice.
Mail order.
Off the block.
Shout out to 6 billion people.
But like
Your email's going to be full later.
I really hope so. But competitors, right? In Toronto, like Coupe de Tete, brilliant business. His name is Jay. He's been in the game for I think 10 years. Creates some epic hats. But when you take a look at what he produces and what I produce, there's such a different brand. Like there's a brand differentiation, right? So it's like,
Totally.
yes, I can make something that, is more androgynous and more masculine and more like what Coupe de Tete would do, but that's based off of who's coming to me, right? So I think people see my brand and they go,
That's me.
Exactly, right?
Right.
So like every single person is going to have that effect.
And you complement the hat world by being a part of what many
Absolutely.
are attempting to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, I salute my students, and like if I can be a helping hand, absolutely.
That's
Like
wonderful.
yeah.
Do you ever work with leather?
No, I've gotten this a lot. When you work with leather, you have to have a pattern. So I took pattern drafting and fashion design. I only want to focus on this medium. I like to incorporate leather for trim, which is like hat bands and any like decor aspects, but I don't feel like creating a pattern to create a hat.
Right.
That is so foreign to me. So that's something that I would have to, again, do my research. Yeah. It's it is a different realm, right? Like, yes, I've gotten some Australian brands in and I've reworked them a little bit and stretched them out. And, I can see how they're made, but I'm like, I don't fucking care.
Yeah, an old
I
friend
just
of
want to block some hats. So,
an old friend of mine he was a country singer, and he had a hat made from the leather from his horse.
Whoa.
holy shit.
horse-
That's
yeah.
unreal.
Yeah, it's crazy. They tanned the leather of his horse.
Yeah.
He made a hat.
Yeah. Wow, that's pretty exotic.
Yeah, crazy. Isn't it?
Nay.
It's insane.
I'm not a big leather hat person.
Yeah.
It was brown, but
Yeah.
I just remember that.
Yeah. I mean, like all hats are beautiful.
All hats are
Except
beautiful.
for- no, I'm just kidding.
Speaking of advertising,
Yeah.
do you advertise?
I try to. Yeah. Like
Not just social media.
it's pretty much just social media. Like I've been, first off, the Cambridge community was extremely welcoming. I was working at the Foundry Tavern when I first opened my business, or like a little after I first opened my business, and they let me bartend in a hat, and like I sold so
Trip.
fucking money.
That's great.
It was incredible. But yeah, the whole community has been just.
This is a tight
welcoming.
community down here.
It is. Sometimes a little too tight. I will say, get
yeah.
rid of the red tape. Let some businesses flourish here. Like,
Yeah, no
you know.
doubt. No doubt.
But like, albeit it is a tight knit community. So, and then it's just been word of mouth. Like I just put my sign up, like I think just before Christmas. And but it's just social media.
Well, the entire film industry in Canada is going to hear about this very shortly.
My name is no, I'm just kidding. My name is Georgia McNab. No.
And we'll put your what's your website?
www.
What does that stand for?
World Wide Web. Okay. I was like, am I going to fuck this up? Offtheblock.ca. Offtheblock.ca.
Okay.
There's no butcher that took that, eh?
No.
That silly bugger. Should have just bought that.
Yeah, fuck.
I'll put this up on the screen and people can go have a gander.
Yeah, appreciate it.
And all our wardrobe friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something I've been wanting to tap into. Oh my goodness. What is it? IATSE? So I was trying to get in there. Like their application process, I'm like, this needs to be streamlined,
It's
dude.
a
What
pretty
the-
tight community.
Holy moly. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Even tighter than Cambridge.
Yeah.
But I was like, holy moly. Because, I did wardrobe styling before I went to fashion school, like then did design. Now I'm a milliner. So I was like, how do I crack in here?
Yeah.
But now I'm just like, I don't know.
But these hats would look good on some of the actors that come to Toronto.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Same.
When they arrive, they have that hat on. Absolutely.
Fucking A.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Hats just not for actors, for everyday folk as well.
Absolutely.
Well, yes, of course. But I'm just saying, in a movie, like
Yeah.
directly inside a movie.
Well, like it's so hard for me to watch any Western movies because I'm like looking at a hat and I'm like,
Here's the funniest thing about that very comment is every single person that comes in here has the show that they can't watch.
yeah,
You bring a SWAT guy in here, he can't watch a cop show.
yeah,
Because he sees so many mistakes.
yeah, yeah.
Right? You get a firefighter in here, they're like, that's not, why is that guy in the fire truck with his hat on or whatever?
I know.
Doctors, etc. Grey's Anatomy, no,
Yeah, friggin' Hollywood.
whatever. Yeah, Hollywood.
Creative
They don't know what the
license.
fuck they're doing. But
Why would he wear that hat?
This is the best one because it's such a small
Yeah.
thing. You can't watch like a Clint Eastwood movie or something.
Yeah, like not that I can't watch it, but I'm just like I love their hat. But there's some hats that are put on shows that I'm like, what's really going on here?
Have you ever
know what
seen
I
one
mean?
where you went, yo, that hat?
I have seen some. Like there is a Clint Eastwood movie, and he has like almost like notches cut out, so the band weaves in between the fabric. So
Okay.
that's like I have a list of
Oh, that's
hats that I want to create, but it is just expensive. So like I'm not just like ordering to make hats for myself. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like
Oh,
I
that's
got
cool.
20
though.
hats, so I think I'm good for.
Do you know the
a minute.
movie Billy Jack?
I don't think so.
I'll acquaint you with Billy Jack
Yeah.
at the end of the podcast.
Sounds
Oh my
good.
God.
Ask about the hat. Shut up.
I'm sure it's a beautiful hat. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure hats in older movies are better or something. Maybe they're more original. Or I don't know.
Yeah.
The cowboy hat that Hollywood wears traditionally they're not the hats that they actually wore. Most guys just wore bowlers or some kind of a fedora. And the cowboy hat as we know it with the
Yeah.
4-inch brim and
Yeah.
the dints in the front.
Yeah.
That really
That wasn't it.
It wasn't what they wore in the real deal.
Yeah. So but I'm also just like, it's nice to see, like, get more hats in television. You know what I mean? But yeah, there is a discrepancy of like time frame too. Get only my hats in television.
Oftentimes they don't put a hat on an actor because it's covering their face or the lighting, the
And then also
shadowing.
like volume, like, right? Like that's what I've heard when I made some hats for the sheepdogs and they were like, we don't know if we're going to wear them when we perform because something to do just like the mic amplifying it like it.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so
actually
I
makes
don't
sense,
know.
yeah. that makes
Like
But they
wearing
wore
that,
them, so I was like, thank
You have a
God.
better acoustic to your voice now because you're wearing that hat.
Yeah, that's why I wear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that
I knew when I put this on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gives my voice a
But
higher
more like an
angelic sort of.
angelic-
Yeah.
I did a video with the sheepdogs.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're great. They're great.
I don't
I,
remember.
I was
the song.
there. I was
Yeah,
there with you
yeah.
for that. Yeah.
Super talented.
Yeah.
Oh, they're so cool. Yeah, and they're like the nicest guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they were wicked fun to work with.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of that, Billy Gibbons, right?
Holy piss. I honestly,
ZZ Top.
yeah, I shit my pants. I kid you not.
I hope so.
I've always kind of walked around being like, I would never get starstruck. Like,
Right.
and then I'm there presenting my hats, and there's the photo of me. I'm like, look bugged out. And I have the biggest smile, and like I just say dumb shit. Like I can't even remember what I blacked out. I probably just word vomited. Like I love you. But yeah, it was just like I had a very similar experience to Goldie Boutillier in Toronto, like a month and a bit ago. She's a new artist. She's from Cape Breton.
Okay.
Out east, and she's super, like she is just I'm saying it now, she's the next Madonna. Like she is spectacular.
And say her name again.
Goldie Boutillier.
Okay.
And I'm like giving her hat before we got a VIP experience, and it was incredible. And I'm giving her a hat, and I said the dumbest thing ever. Like instead of just being like, I fucking love you, essentially, I was like, I made this hat, and like I tried to explain like the entire process, because I'm not getting their head size like how I typically would. Like they're giving me a generic size, but it's like I have to stalk their Instagram to see like, okay, do I think that their head is like like an oval or a long oval, or like, you know what I mean?
Did she get belly time?
Yeah, I hope so. But anyway, so I was just like, and then walked away. I looked at my sister, and I was like, I need to smash a pint of Guinness right now before the show, because I'm just like, oh my God, like what the hell? But yeah, apparently I get starstruck, and I just make an arse of myself. So
Well, I know the feeling as doing this podcast. I mean, we've had some very, very cool legendary types on, you know. And I have run into some where I'm just like, why am I talking like this?
Yeah.
Why am I saying these things?
Yeah.
I got to let Randy take this one.
yeah.
Can we go back to how you met Billy Gibson and made him a hat? Did you make him a hat?
Yeah, I
Billy
made
Gibbons?
like all of ZZ Top, some hats, and
Oh, you made the whole band some
Yeah.
hats? Oh, for fuck's
But
sake.
how did that connect?
so the venue in Hamilton reached out. They're like, we really want to gift like our client these hats, and I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, who's the client? They're like, well, and I'm like, listen, like I'm not gonna make some like these hats for,
Right. You need to know.
For,
you know,
yeah, fucking,
yeah,
yeah,
who
blah, blah, blah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't got
I know, yeah, we all were trying
I was
to
going for
grasp
it,
or
but
something.
He's also from down east. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, right.
yeah, right. Yeah.
So, and then they're like ZZ Top, and I'm like, wait a fucking second.
Then you shit yourself.
I'm like, then I like pretty much. And then I was like the ZZ Top, or is this some fucking guy that's like,
yeah,
ZZ?
yeah,
You know
three,
what I mean?
three
Tribute
Z's.
band.
Yeah, three Z's. Put me to sleep with that.
Yeah, exactly.
So she's like, no, ZZ Top. And then I was like, holy mother of God. I hit the jackpot. So then I gave her a wicked deal. Like she paid, which is crazy. I do a lot of like for free stuff, which not ideal, but I am a small business.
Sure.
But she paid for the 3 hats with a wicked deal. And I got to meet them, but I didn't get their head sizes. So
oh man.
she was like, I've reached out to the touring manager.
You'd think they'd have that on fucking.
I know.
right on their cell phone there.
I stalked the shit out of them. Like I looked at every single photo on Google on like that probably.
Yeah, tummy
I know
time,
they're in
tummy time?
Yeah, exactly. And then so I just created what I thought would be their proper size and cross my fingers. But it was a rushed experience. Like they were late for their show. Apparently they came out of the green room, and like I had like 2 seconds with each, like, but Billy like was like, oh my God, like I love it. Like, thank you so much. And then he was like, I want to talk to you after the show. Like, and then he's like, make sure she gets a VIP pass. And then I was like,
Oh my god.
I'm like, I've made it. I'm going to be making hats
rad.
for him for, the rest of his days. And then I go backstage and they left. They're just so old. They were like so tired after their show and they left. Because they're fucking old. They're like 72 or something like that. Like,
That's fucking old.
yeah. Randy, you know about that.
Yeah. Okay. There's
So,
there's another edit coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, your
So-
beard's the same color.
So I kind of was like, oh, fuck. But it is what it is. It was still a great experience. And it was just nice to like only listen to their music creating those because I have so many killer
But you did meet
memories.
Billy.
Yeah. I met every single one, but it was just
Oh,
like,
okay.
yeah.
I see.
But it was just like, oh, meet and greet, and then like they were off.
Okay.
Do you have pictures of that?
I have, on social media.
I'd like to put one up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I mean, that's fucking sick.
it was
What the
like,
hell?
I was like, I've made it. I was like,
Yeah.
But then I'm like, wait, I don't want to peak this early in my career.
No, and the thing is
so I'm
too
like,
is like they're Texas boys,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So they're the real shit.
Well, they are the real shit, and they've been fucking rocking hats since before we
course,
were born.
Oh yeah, and
not
they're the
you,
most
Randy.
legit. They're like they're
She's gonna keep doing this.
they've been a 3-piece band since day one. They're like the longest freaking band that's stuck together.
Yeah.
And you know those boys held on to those beards. They're very
Yeah,
what do you
unique.
call it? Unique, and
Yeah.
they know that they've had the same flavor
Yeah,
forever.
absolutely. But yeah, it was a great
cool.
experience. Great experience. So
Man, that is awesome.
yeah.
Well, we got these hats on some heads.
Are you trying to contact anyone or get a hold of somebody to throw a hat on their head?
Okay, my cell phone is in my jacket, but I'm always like sliding into DMs or at least attempting to, like, Lainey Wilson and Luke Combs and Krista, whatever. But I smoked a joint this one time and I was like,
I'm surprised you guys aren't smoking one right now.
Yeah, honestly, we could have.
actually, could I grab my cell phone to read it verbatim?
Of course. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
This off.
Do it up.
But it's fucking hilarious.
Okay, audience, talk amongst yourselves.
This is awesome. I love hat making. I don't want to make one, but I love it.
Yeah, no, I've seen it work. This is
Well, it's right here.
well, not all of it. I've seen more.
True.
Okay, let me just pull this up.
Pull her up.
Okay, so I think my most iconic slide into the DMs is to NASA.
Oh,
And this is very late in the evening. I will be honest, I was very intoxicated. So this is what I sent them.
I love how this girl works.
yeah, man, me too.
I said, this is an out of the world idea, ... pun intended.
Oh, I love it.
But I would love to gift an astronaut a free custom hat. He could take it to space and be the first space cowboy.
Oh, man.
Oh, Trip.
And then I was like, I know I'm shooting for the stars on this one. Again, pun intended. But hopefully you can make this small business's dream come true. We can also say hats off rather than blast off. They did not read it.
Oh, they didn't.
They
read it?
will.
No,
They'll get
one
there.
day, I know. I actually just liked it recently to like hopefully prompt, someone.
Yeah,
to-
yeah.
But yeah, so I'm always kind of
You
just,
got to keep pushing.
just trying to get creative.
Who did you send that to?
NASA, like their Instagram account.
Oh, their Instagram account.
But
That's
see-
probably not.
Well, that's the thing is at the same time is like let's say Lainey Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
I assume that I'm about to say what you're going to say is
Yeah.
she's got a management team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And there
not
is somebody, there's an assistant, there's
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
somebody that's close to her that is so tight but doesn't
Yeah.
have those DMs
Whereas-
every day.
Yeah.
Like,
Whereas Lainey might personally go, "Oh my God, I love this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's do this."
yeah.
yeah.
Her management team is protecting her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but somebody like her assistant or her management team might see the message, is what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like Lainey is looking through 400,000 dudes already trying to.
Well, no,
like-
that's my point.
Yeah.
That's my
Hit on her.
point. Someone's
okay.
protecting her.
Yeah.
They're,
Oh,
they're,
yeah.
They're keeping it away.
I see what you're saying. Yes, yes.
But yeah, I'm just a little ruthless, and I'll keep doing it. Like,
Why not?
I'm a strong believer. Like one day they're gonna.
Let's just
they're
when
gonna
this
crack.
podcast's over, phone NASA.
Yeah, I know, right?
yeah, let's just call them. Yeah.
But yeah, my girlfriends got a kick out of that because they're just like, only you drove
If
there.
Nixon can get on a landline and phone the astronauts on the moon,
Yeah.
we can get a hold of them.
No shit. No shit. Okay.
Sorry, I'm not a
Yes.
moon landing fan.
Oh, no.
Isn't it debunked? Like, did that actually happen? Or
People
I
debunk
don't
both
know.
sides.
I
It's
know.
ridiculous.
I
Yeah.
don't really care. As long
was
as
just-
I can see it.
There was just an astronaut.
Yeah, there's a
They just had a press conference just a while back with these astronauts sitting at a table, and the one guy literally says to the press corps, "Well, soon we're going to be able to put a human on the moon."
The first human. That's what he says. Yeah.
He literally says that.
Anyway.
Anyway, I
the world
digress.
is a lie.
but-
Yeah.
You need a moon hat. That's
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of this astronaut thing, we just a few weeks ago, Randy and I went down to Pennsylvania to watch. I don't know if you've ever heard of mounted shooting.
No.
It's where these cowboys and cowgirls they ride their horses real fast through these obstacles, and they use their pistols and rifles to shoot these balloons, and in a
It's
time trial
it's a
type.
timed event. Yeah.
So
Wicked.
we went down to check this out. Yeah, we're I don't know. It was
We had never heard of it.
it was
and
the
then-
coolest fucking shit
Yeah.
on the
That
planet.
sounds badass.
Yeah, I saw it on Instagram,
Yeah.
and we decided we're gonna go to the nearest event as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And we went down to Pennsylvania and did this for the weekend, and it was so rad.
Mm-hmm.
And every time, it didn't matter who she was. As soon as I saw a female reveal her pistol from her holster, I fell in love.
Yeah.
Yeah, when the men did it, I fell in love. I just didn't tell anybody.
Yeah. We know.
Yeah, right. You're getting the vibes. So anyway, long and the short, there was a lady there that had, she was using a helmet and had a brim.
That's right. Yeah.
She had just a brim around her helmet, and it was all decked out, and it was beautiful.
Unreal.
Yeah, and they take pride in all the things that they wear there. They're very
Oh my
particular
God,
on
yeah.
how the
you have to
dresses
wear in
they
a
wear.
Western style.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
and they have to wear, if they wear chaps, they don't have to wear a dress or something like that. I forget how
Yeah.
it goes.
No, if the girl doesn't wear a dress, she has to wear a hat.
Oh, that's right. If she wears a dress on the horse, she doesn't have to wear a hat. She can do her hair like lady style, whatever. Yeah, but they had, wild looking chaps
Yeah.
and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Totally like your area kind of thing. But I just
everybody
thought,
wears a hat.
I thought it was neat that she just had the brim.
Yeah.
She was using the helmet, but just had the brim.
Yeah. It could also be when I was in Palm Springs, we did a horseback riding tour through the mountains, whatever, in the desert. And all of our hard helmets were cowboy hats. Like they were actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh. My sister was like, you should make these. And I'm like, I don't know how to fucking make a hard hat.
I've seen those before,
Yeah.
but when you think about it, wearing a helmet
Yeah, there's a
that's
purpose
got
to
a
it.
hard brim.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
moment you land on that hard brim,
Yeah, you break your
Ouch.
neck.
you're going to break
Yeah.
your neck. Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little fucking
Yeah.
weird.
where this lady's, hers was an actual riding helmet.
Interesting.
And then she had a
A soft brim.
Soft brim.
of,
yeah.
of a, let's say, beaver or
Love
something.
that.
Yeah, it was actually
that's
kind of
cool.
interesting.
Yeah, I just saw it.
Could be new
NASA
avenue.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
right.
fit like a brim around that.
Yeah.
That just make brims,
Yeah.
Brims.
and they could fit over riding
You
helmets.
could.
Yeah.
You could.
I'm taking credit for that one.
Yeah.
Just a brim too, so that I can keep my hair looking good.
Yeah. All that
Yeah.
hair of yours. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got some hair. I got good hair.
Okay, so speaking of that, Rhonda, my wife, who you've met,
Yes.
said to me this morning, I have this new shampoo. If you use it, it would add volume.
Oh my God.
I need volume. There's nothing to volume.
Yeah. I think there's a couple other things you need there, but
Big time. Yeah, it was so funny. Anyway, I said, volume? Really? You not look at me?
Yeah.
Anyway,
He's got more volume in his
Love you,
beard
Rhonda.
and mustache.
Yeah. yeah, your wife she's sweet. I
thank
liked
you.
her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She looks like she's a
I
Ford.
was going to say, so you're the one.
Yeah.
Oh A force. And
Yes, she
Yeah.
can be a force.
Yeah.
Yes.
there's a force of ladies in my family. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Well, the last name Butcher, like I feel like you gotta be.
Fucking right.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, he made that one. So.
Yeah. Taking credit.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. So you don't advertise other than primarily social media.
Yeah. I'm just like a little bit of like, okay, organic growth. Like now that I'm going to my 4th year, I do need to start advertising more, but I don't know, like on Instagram, anytime I try to, like, let's say promote or like boost something, they're like, your ad's restricted. And I'm like, I don't know how to.
Why would your ad be restricted?
I don't know.
Because you said you were stoned or.
I know, maybe, but it's like something silly, right? So
Did you
I'm
use
just
the
like,
term fuckballs on the ad?
Probably.
Yeah.
Like I know
That'll
you,
get
yeah. So I'm just like, I don't know. It is what it is, but like I'm thinking of a billboard and stuff when the hat bar opens, but yeah, it's been a steady growth, just like organically and just word of
that's
mouth.
that's
and,
fabulous.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
And people, but Google, like I reworked my SEO, which is crazy for me because me and technology, we don't align.
the SEO, that's the thing that puts you to the top or something.
Yeah. So I like Googled and like YouTubed like how to do it and plugged it into my website. And yeah, people are coming from like Sarnia, like the people are coming from like pretty far away to come and see me. So it is working, right? But yeah.
I mean, I would imagine that most people are looking for you rather than necessarily you looking for somebody.
Yeah.
Right? Like, am I right or wrong or?
I mean, I'll always be accepting clients and looking for them, but
But
totally
do
like
people not? I mean, if somebody's looking for a custom made hat.
Well,
I
the
mean,
word of mouth thing.
Yeah, and I guess not everybody knows it. Like, they probably dream of a custom made hat. They just don't know exactly where to look.
yeah.
I suppose there's that.
A lot of people go, I plugged in where to get a custom hat, and I couldn't believe that there was someone in Cambridge. So
Exactly.
yeah,
I think there's a
wild.
huge contingent of people that aren't aware you can even get a custom hat.
Yeah, that's probably true.
People don't even know they want one.
yeah.
You don't know what you don't know.
You know, 100%. And I also like, you don't know what you don't know, but once you see it, then you know, you're
100%.
like that right there.
That's my point about
Yeah.
advertising.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wear my hats like everywhere.
Okay.
Free marketing. Like I'm a walking billboard.
I would be too, just throwing that out there.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We'll talk about that later.
That's true.
I do. I wear
mustache.
cowboy hats. I
Yeah.
wear cowboy hats
Yeah,
at
yeah.
work.
Yeah.
I found a hat in Tennessee. I saw about three years ago. I watched a guy come down the street with a palm leaf hat that was so big. It didn't look like a Mexican sombrero. It was a cowboy hat, but the brim was so big that would be wicked to wear in the heat under the sun.
Yeah, I mean, hold on.
We're on set a lot.
Look right here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but that's not that hat.
No, but
I
he's
find-
a hat wearing.
Right,
You guys-
but
You know.
Is that paintball? I love paintball.
No. Yeah. Paintball.
Is it?
Yeah. No. This
it's
is
close.
There's a show created by Taylor Sheridan who does Yellowstone.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
also created this show called, him and Hugh Dillon called Mayor of Kingstown.
Hey, I've
on
seen
Paramount?
that. Yeah.
And Randy was the stunt coordinator of it, and there's me right there. I was one of the SWAT guys for
SWAT team.
Robert's
Cool.
SWAT team,
Yeah.
and
And then that shot is of the prison, 182 guys or whatever it was.
and Blair's up there.
Yeah, and then I'm in the red shirt.
Wicked.
Yeah.
But you see, we shot it at the King, a lot of it at the prison in Kingston there, and if you were up on the wall, I got the opportunity to be up on the wall a lot, and you look down on hundreds of stunt guys, hundreds and hundreds more background performers, all the crew, this and that. But Randy was just so fucking easy to find because he's very unique with his mustache and his big white hat.
Yeah.
He's got a particular walk too and all that. But
I what?
You got a particular walk. I'm sure Blair understands that. I don't know. You know.
Hilarious.
Yeah, you're easy
Is
to
it a
find,
walk
man.
or is it a waddle?
No, so that's one of the reasons
It's a waddle.
I would wear the hat there, especially in the prison with the hundreds of people, is that I'm easy to find. I was the only guy wearing a cowboy hat. But
There weren't many of them.
I did finally, this past year, Rhonda and I were in Tennessee, and I found this palm leaf, massive brimmed hat. And I worn it at work, and it got I got teased.
Tease, yeah, it's hilarious.
And that's okay.
He likes being teased.
You only tease
Yeah.
people you like, Georgia.
100%.
If you didn't like them and you'd just be indifferent, not care,
Yeah.
notice nobody teases Blair.
Yeah.
Blair. I'm not about to tease you, Blair.
Yeah. I was coming up with something, but I'm like,
Yeah, you know what?
no, 100%. My dad is like a hardcore Irishman, and he takes the piss out of everyone. Like, growing up, like if you were coming over to my parents' house, like all the guys and all my girlfriends would be like, "Oh my God, what's Steve gonna say to me now?" So, yeah,
awesome.
I love taking the piss out of people.
Is that
Like,
is that an Irish term?
Yeah.
Take the piss.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm writing that
But
down.
it's like
'cause I'm gonna use it.
we all chirp hard, and if you can't handle it,
Get the fuck out.
beat it.
Yeah,
no, 100%.
get off the block.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I'm just kidding. I'm actually a really nice bird. No.
Get off the block. Well, I love how you use that.
Yeah, well, I'm a talented guy.
No, it's crazy. I love that you guys
awesome.
are stuntmen. I just was like, I love paintballing. So I was like, oh crap, like it's pretty cool.
different kind of thing.
That was an incredible SWAT team.
Yeah.
Several guys in that picture are real SWAT guys.
Yeah.
A couple of military guys.
Wicked.
Yeah, a few of them have been on the show as well, on our show.
So cool.
Adam here, he was our trainer. He's military.
Yeah, he looks military.
Yeah, he's military. Sean right here, he's a SWAT guy. He was the first guest on this show, actually.
Oh, really?
Cool.
Cool.
He was Israeli military.
Wow.
And then he came over here and became a SWAT guy. And as far as I'm aware, he's got more hours than... As far as I'm aware, he's
Right.
got more hours as a SWAT guy in Canada than anyone else.
Holy moly, that's crazy.
Hamish right there. He's the movie star. He's wicked. He was seventh lead in the show.
Yeah, he's one of the stars in the
but he's been on here as well.
Cool.
Awesome guy. And
And
then,
everybody listening should listen to all these podcasts.
yeah, and then
Yes.
Dave.
Click subscribe.
This guy right here, Dave, he's built like a brick shit house, and he trained with Canada's Joint Task Force. And
Yeah.
Wow.
Our buddy
He's
done all
Buddy.
kinds of amazing shit. They're unreal when
Yeah.
you watch them like holding a gun and all this
Yeah.
stuff. Oh my
Yeah.
god!
This SWAT team in this show
They were-
was incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
cool.
just moved so well as a unit. They trained for a while.
Yeah,
before.
I had some invaluable information handed to me.
Yeah.
It was brilliant. And
So when
I
shit
get to
hits
call
the
these guys
fan,
friends.
are you gonna just take that persona on again? Like, do you feel confident?
That's the hopes.
Yeah.
You know, that I don't completely shit myself or that it doesn't take the piss out of me. You
Yeah.
know? I don't want to. I don't want to get my head knocked off the block. You know.
Yeah. Oh.
He keeps using that.
Yeah.
Take the piss
Using all the
off
stuff.
the block.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Teach
okay.
more than
well,
just hats.
we're gonna get this out to millions of people.
Yeah, millions.
Yeah.
You're gonna be really busy.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to train a lot more people.
Yeah.
'Cause you won't have the hours.
I know. I know.
Like you'll
Could
be
you see-
waiting months for these hats.
Can you see Flint rocking one of these hats?
With
Yeah,
a name
yeah.
like that, I'm surprised he doesn't have a like.
I'm sure he does,
bunch
but he
of
doesn't
custom
have this.
This is yeah.
Explain Flint.
Oh, Flint Eagle is a beautiful man, just stunt guy.
That's it. Yeah, he's
a good
beautiful.
friend.
That's it.
And he should have one of these hats. Flint.
Yeah. Anyway, well, he's a full-blooded
Native Canadian.
native Canadian, and he's got jewelry and hats and things that you know, he just looks awesome.
Yeah.
He should have one of these hats.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Flint.
Yeah. I'll get this to him. Anyway, hats. What do you do anything else? Do you have any hobbies other than doing this in Woodstock?
No, like in Woodstock, I just drive there and I just defuse. Like,
How long
I
have you
feel
lived
like-
in Woodstock?
For a year.
A year.
Yeah, a year and a bit. But yeah, my hobbies are kind of like, I do love like yoga, Pilates, and then thrifting. Like I feel like I'm always thrifting, looking for just cool shit, to be
Yeah.
honest. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Randy
Like,
does that too, doesn't
Randy Lee, yeah,
Yeah.
that's my little
My-
sister.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, like now that I'm so old, like 35.
he? Oh, but happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you.
It's just recent.
Yep. But yeah, I don't know. Like I used to do a lot of sewing and stuff. Like that's something I'd like to get back into and make my own clothes. But sometimes once I'm in my shop, like I got stuff to do, and then all of a sudden I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God, like I
You
just
got to
made 4 hats.
decompress.
Yeah. So, but that's pretty much it. Like
Does your
don't mind having some beers on the weekend. That's for damn sure.
Oh, that's
So,
good.
fucking A?
Me too.
You sound like a
Yeah.
country girl.
Yeah.
You smoking weed gets my creative juices breathing.
Yeah.
Are you still smoking?
I smoke from time to time. It's more so, I feel like now that I'm older, like when I smoke weed through the day, I'm like, where's
Well,
my
yeah.
bed? Like,
Yeah, through the day.
yeah,
I'm with
like,
you on that.
you know what I mean? So I feel like I smoke when I'm like out having some fun and some beers or at night, but I used to take some puffs and I could friggin'
Yeah, just
like, but now it's just, now I just turn on some tunes and then that's what gets the creative juices flowing. So
okay.
yeah.
Hats.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hats on.
Yeah. I don't know.
I love that one.
I don't know. It starts me up. I don't know. As soon as I smoke, I write music and
Yeah.
all that stuff. It
Yeah.
just-
We,
it all comes out.
Andrew came to me one time. He says, "Dad, let's shoot something." I said, "Why don't you go home and write something?" So he went home and smoked a couple of joints and wrote this. Sunny Nights is the best there's never been that you can
Yeah.
find on YouTube.
I'm going to check it out.
No, it's
Oh
just-
yeah, that's
it's-
wicked.
It's just fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I sing and perform
Yeah.
an original in that song
Really?
or in that movie. Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
You're
It's a thing.
multi-talented.
Well, I'll
Holy
let you watch
moly.
it first, and then you
Yeah.
can tell me if that's
Then
true.
I go, yeah, did you smoke meth? And then, no, I'm just kidding.
yeah, I think you're smoking too much, man.
Yeah.
The fuck?
No. Honestly, like film, television, acting, like that whole, I've always wanted to get into it, but it's just like, how? So I respect people in that realm who have a vision because, like, I don't know, even like creating reels, like you're putting together like a mini movie and it's cool. Like, it's a really cool talent. So, touche.
Well, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah. And if you guys, you were in Woodstock. I never thought.
Hey, Randy, keep this one going for a minute. I gotta pee. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I'm calling-
Yeah. Don't tell anybody.
All right.
Andrew runs around and sometimes plays in pubs and whatever for
Yeah.
the open mic nights that he does. But he plays over here at the one little brewery,
Farm League?
Farm League,
Yeah.
on Tuesday nights.
Yeah, they have their open mic. Farm League is
Yeah.
incredible.
No, it's great.
All of their product, like the guys there are just, they are.
Well, as a matter of fact, we're speaking with them about creating an IPA called Going Again. Mm-hmm. And we'll be on the label.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I think I've had a similar conversation with them about, I just want to relabel. I don't want to make my own beer, but that's so cool that they offer that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, think about all the breweries around here. Like, they don't offer anything like
No,
that.
they don't. And I've spoke to a number of them.
Yeah.
And no one ships.
Mm-hmm.
They do. Mm-hmm. So if you go on the internet and you go on their thing, you can actually purchase,
Yeah.
not yet, but soon,
Yeah.
Going Again IPA.
Ooh, I can't wait to try it.
with
What are we
Andrew
talking? Like, what are the notes? Like,
Well, we don't know yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm not that guy. But I'm going to be that guy.
I was just going to say, in due time, you'll be that guy.
Yeah, I'll come by and tell you the note.
Sounds good. You can send me a note about the notes, and I'll be like, what the fuck is this guy saying to me right now?
You know, this is funny. This podcast with Georgia McNab is the very first time that Andrew has ever gotten up and went pee, and I got to entertain the guest
Oh, wow.
alone. It's always me going to pee.
Yeah, just with the bladder issue and the
age?
Old age. I guess Andrew's
Is
like
Blair
right
laughing?
behind me.
No, no. That's so
That's too
good.
funny.
Yeah, no. I believe I'm a firm believer in advertising. I don't understand the social media stuff as well as maybe I should.
Yeah.
Do you do what's that one called? People are on it.
TikTok?
Yes.
I try.
Oh, okay.
I try my darndest. Honestly, you know what? I will chalk it up to laziness. I know that I could put so much more effort into advertising, but it's so funny. Like, I'll set the intention and I'm like, okay, I'll put my tripod up, my friggin' phone's there. And then I'm like, I'm going to film this entire process. And I genuinely feel like I black out because I'm in this, like, just this creative wave.
Sure.
And then all of a sudden I'm like, I didn't press play. And then I just have this beautiful hat and I'm like, fuck. But then I take kind of a video of it. Like, I know people want to see more of the process. I just kind of like hit the ground running and sometimes forget. So I do need to work on that.
So people do want to see the process?
I think I think that's what draws them in. Like, they really want to see like the nitty gritty of it. Like, so, you know, I do two kind of different reels. I find is like, let's make a custom hat. And then I create the entire custom hat over 2 days or whatever. Usually it's 2 days that I do it because I kind of like build an assembly line. So it's like, I'm going to block all these hats and then I'm going to do, so I kind of stage everything. And then, or it's a real, like, let's talk about this hat. So, and then the let's talk about this hat truly transpired because those are the hats that it's like in the thick of it, I forget to film the process that I'm like, oh, I'm just going to talk about this hat now. But yeah, so I just try to showcase as much work as possible. But again, like, sometimes you go into a flow state and then all of a sudden the hat's done and, you know, clients
Whoops, I forgot
picking
to
it
turn the
up.
camera
And,
on.
yeah.
I mean, there are a lot of people out there that would say, why should I even get a custom hat? I might as well just go to this store where they've got hundreds of options.
Yeah.
But it's mostly because people don't understand what goes into it.
100%. Like, it's funny. They're like some of my regulars at the Foundry Tavern I worked at, are like just good friends now. And sweet Margot, one day we're having wine at her house and she's just like, I'm talking about all the processes. She's like, wait, why did I think you just decorated hats? And I'm like, they're like, so there is a misconception. And I'm like, Margot, that's wild. Here's another glass of wine. But like, there is a misconception for sure. So, I mean, there's some businesses in Cambridge that do that, right? And that essentially what the hat bar would become. But no, I am a milliner. I'm a hat maker.
That makes sense. People, you know, it's this, I know this is probably a bad example, but it's like if you don't play golf, everyone thinks golf is the most boring sport to watch.
Golf is
As soon as you
incredible.
play golf,
Yeah.
you realize the level of difficulty here.
100%.
And when you see a guy now on TV or a gal hitting that ball 300 yards and so close and blah, 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 you then all of a sudden watching golf goes from boring to absolutely intriguing.
I couldn't agree more, honestly.
Okay.
Like, it's the mental game and the mental aspect of it. Like, that's what people don't get, right? They think like it's just like, some people don't even think it's a sport, but they're like, well, but
Yeah,
it is.
exactly.
Like, you know, because you gotta have
It's insane.
not only like all of the swings and everything, like practice like to perfection, like you also have to have that mental capacity to be like, don't freak out because you just, you know,
100%.
shagged a ball. Like, so, but yeah, golf's incredible.
Not to mention you're on like a different playing field.
Oh yeah, every
single
time.
friggin' time. Yeah.
Unless you're my dad who like frequents the same ones. It's like, come on.
Yeah, well, that's me. I'm the same guy. But
Yeah.
I only have so much time to play golf.
Yeah,
But-
for sure.
But, you know, to me, I think anything is like that. Anything is like
100%.
that. People really don't understand the efforts to which
Yeah.
you've gone
Yeah.
to create what you're creating.
Yeah.
So I think, doing that process thing, that actually makes a lot of sense.
It does. Yeah. It's just, again, like, I need to just remind myself, like, okay, you got to hit play here. But it slows you down too. So it's like, if I had a restock and then I have like all my orders are essentially part of that restock, I now have to create like 9-10 orders, like essentially like overnight, because I want to produce them as quick as possible. So then it's like, or do I slow this down? People wait longer just so I can film it. Like in my head, I'm like, that's kind of silly.
I know, yeah.
You know, but then it's like people are like, we want to see that. So it's like someone
It's a bit of give or take.
Yeah. So I don't know. I have actually a gentleman coming tomorrow to film. Like we're starting like a YouTube series. So it's going to be just long takes, like so people can actually see it.
It's great.
And then just B-roll from there, because like, yeah, I just also like my shitty little phone. I'm like, in my little tripod. Like, it's just.
That's what everyone does, though.
I know, but it's like you see the bigwigs that are in my, you know, in this realm, and like they got that good shit going on. Like they got the fucking cameraman and the lights. Like, so it's like I got the lights. Like, so.
This is the international symbol for fucking cameraman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
who am I? I don't know. But yeah, so like there's just, you know, I'm a small business and I'm getting there. Just
No, it's great.
shrugging.
Yeah, you said earlier that people lack respect or something for the small business, or they what can you explain
Can we
that?
get that verbatim, Blair? Because I don't know. No, I just no, they just I don't think the appreciation is there. We live in a society that can get something delivered overnight, like or within hours, right? So and especially when you have that custom piece takes time, and some people don't want to invest in the time that it takes. Some people don't want to invest in the price point because like they don't maybe understand the time, right? So that's kind of where the Hat Bar fits in. It's like it's for the people who don't care for custom because they want like immediate gratification. They want that immediate like experience and to walk away with something. Whereas people who understand the custom aspect are like, no, we're willing to wait. Do you know what I mean?
Big time.
Yeah. So like that's why it's not like lack of appreciation. It's just like they don't care for it, right? Like, and I think maybe that's also based off of like lack of knowledge of like what goes into it. Which, but it's like you can tell someone like what it takes, and they're just like, faster, and it's like, sweetheart, that's not how it works. Like, you know what I mean? Like. So yeah, like in custom, I think is always the way to go, because that's how you get like something so authentically unique, and like that becomes an extension of you. But if that's not your realm, then for sure Amazon has something on there for you. You
absolutely.
know? Yeah.
Pablo Picasso was sitting in a cafe in New York, and two women recognized him. And one of them took her napkin and a pen, and she went over to him and said, "Mr. Picasso, could you just draw anything, just anything, and sign it?" And he said, "Absolutely, my pleasure." So he took the napkin and he drew a little picture, and then he signed it. And as he went to hand the napkin to the lady, as she went to get it, he drew it back and said, "That'll be $70,000, please."
Yeah.
And she said, "It only took you seconds."
Yeah.
And he said, "On the contrary, it's taken my entire life."
Yeah, like people don't understand they pay for expertise, right? So that's part of the built-in price. It's like, and for me, I've been self-taught. Like I've never had a mentor. Everything that I've learned has only been my time that I've invested in myself. So like, I know that they say, you know, you hit your 10,000 hours and you're a master. It's like, I'm fucking well past that. Like, I am more of an assembly line now. Like I know I can pump out hats, but it's like, I'm not, it's because I have done it so much and I've practiced so much.
Absolutely.
So like I had one student that just was like, oh, like gung ho, ready to start. And then they were like, I'm going to start like at this price point. And I just said like, I told them kind of how I started and the price points that I took. When I first opened, each hat was $350. I was making like nothing off a hat because people don't also understand that there's overhead. Like,
Right. Sure. Of course.
plays a huge aspect. So I'm making like friggin' Skittles to, nothing off these hats, which I'm fine because I'm also learning.
Right.
And I said, like, over time, like, you do more research, you're learning, like, you're expanding, your prices change to the experience and the level of capabilities that you have. But he just wanted to, after taking 1 2-day course with me, have the same price point as me. And I just said, listen, like,
Oh, geez.
Good luck.
yeah. I said, good luck, but and not in a way that like was, a deterrent, but I just said, like, you're coming hot off 2 days. I'm hot off of like 8 years, like, so there's a differentiation there. So
Yeah.
Massively.
So, but teach their own if that's how you want to go. But if someone's disappointed because you don't have the answers that they need, or you can't troubleshoot because you have only been doing it for 2 days, it's like, then like, that's not an investment at that point. They're going, okay, I just wasted some money and potentially made a wrong purchase. Like, I didn't go to the person that I should have, or the professional or the master. Right. So, but
see, again, because nobody knows the process, I hate to say it, but a guy like that's going to win for a little bit.
Yeah.
At some point, that's going to show through.
Absolutely, 100%.
But for a minute, he's going to win. We live in this kind of world right now.
Well, you don't know what you don't know. So the person that purchased the hat from that person
They don't know.
isn't aware that the quality of that hat that they've just purchased is incredibly less than what it would
until they see it.
Yeah.
At some point, that that lack of quality will show through.
Yeah, absolutely. When I first started my business, like, again, it was price point at $350. And because I like was learning, I'm self-taught. I had a supplier that I ended up learning like wasn't the best quality. So I called up every single client and I said, I want to replace your hat. And they're like, what? And I'm like, I'm like, you entrusted me to deliver you something that is an investment. $350. Like, I know in this day and age, we can act like that's not a lot of money, but it is. Especially for an accessory, right? So I'm like, you entrusted me. This is an investment. I've learned exponentially, like, so much more than that in that moment where you first bought yours. So I replaced every single person's hat.
Wow.
Yeah. And they, like, some people were like, this is like,
Yeah, it's beyond.
beyond.
No one does that.
No, but people need to understand that small businesses, like, you're not looking at a corporation, right? Like, you're looking at, you may be incorporated, but you're looking at one person who had an idea that it compounded into now like reality. So it's like, I am my brand. Like, so it's so important for me to uphold just like the highest level, like the highest standard ever.
The thing is,
So if that costs me some money to replace some hats, I'll replace them all. You know what I mean? So, but now, like, yeah, everything has been great. Like, there's been some adjustments that I've had to make in some people's hats. But it's a minute, like, they're coming in and they want it like formed a little bit differently than when they picked it up. So, so it's just,
wow,
what I'm offering is something like,
with integrity.
That's fun because their experience with their new hat changes perhaps with time as well.
I love that this coffin hat is no two sides of it that look the same.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's got its
form.
form.
Yeah.
And in a symmetrical sort of manner, but it's like, it's so raw. It looks so good.
It's so funny because I was chilling with my mom. She's in my shop. And, I'm like wanting to release more hats on my website. And this was the last one that I was doing. And this was just like a dome. It was shaped. And in a matter of like 10 minutes, I had put like this together. And she was like, what the fuck just happened? She was like, I just saw you like almost black out. And like, I'm still talking, I'm still coherent, like, and I'm sober. and she's like, she's like, how, like, walk me through how that like worked. And I honestly was just like, I knew that I wanted to use a contrast. So I wanted to use the bandana. I had leftover bandana from another client. And like you can see in the back, there's like not a lot of room. So like I was stretching the hell out of it. And so I knew that I wanted contrast. I knew that I wanted the coffin, and then that's it. So like I pulled the bandana. I was like, oh, I got this sick black feather. And then I'm like, let's throw a Joker card on it. Like all in like within like
It's awesome.
10 minutes. And she just sat there like,
Yeah, well, some people would argue that 10 minutes is too quick. But to that I say, there are a lot of people out playing guitar in the world.
yeah.
But give this guy 10 minutes on his guitar.
Yeah. You're going to be like Jimmy
Yeah,
Page.
no,
you're
but
going to rip
you're
it.
going to be so impressed with what he
Exactly.
just
It
comes
took
up
me 25 years to
Yeah.
get that 10 minutes.
After
That's
I've
the
done,
point.
yeah, I've done more than 500 hats.
Yeah,
like,
that's the point.
Exactly. Like it can take me like 10 minutes to shape and to distress and throw some paint on it. And like, it's not done at that point, but you know, small adjustments after that, but it's because I've done so many. And I've also,
That's what you want.
yeah, you're like getting such a high quality experience, but also like a vision. Like people sometimes get so overwhelmed with their design, and like you kind of got to coach them and guide them through, because it's like, sweetie, like all of a sudden you're gonna like, this hat's gonna have like a choo-choo train on it. Like there's, you know, all these like all this crazy
awesome.
shit. Yeah,
That's fun.
but like
A train
so
going around the...
yeah, so you have to like guide them as well, and like that's my design background. So
Well, people think they're buying a hat. They're buying the experience.
yeah,
They're actually buying you.
And
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
buying an experience.
That's what they're
Yes.
buying.
Yeah.
True.
And we've talked about that before.
Yeah.
That they are buying your style. They're buying you
Yeah.
very much in their hat.
yeah,
And that's a big deal.
yeah.
It's so
like,
easy. Everyone's everyone's easy. They go to a Walmart. It's easy to go to Walmart. It's got everything. It's easy to go to McDonald's real quick. But all the flavor, all the beauty, all that stuff, that's the rare shit. That's
Yeah.
the hard to find stuff.
100%. You can go to McDonald's any day, but you go to a mom and pop shop for a fucking burger.
You go
that's
to,
a burger.
You go to
That's right.
Cherry Street.
That's right.
Cherry
Yeah.
Street Barbecue.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And get
Get some brisket.
Yeah,
fuck
yeah. But yeah, so I mean, like everyone can have their opinion, they're entitled to that, but once you've
No.
done it for so long, if it's quick, like the Picasso story, like you're not paying for their name, you're paying for everything that they put into
That's
the
right.
name, right? So
Yeah.
and people I think forget about that. They forget that like this took me 8 years to get to where I am.
100%.
And like all by choice, right? No, like come to my like you can mentor here. It's like no, blood, sweat, tears, maybe even tears times 2 in the very start. But yeah, just a lot of trial and error.
I love it. Georgia, we are sort of coming to the end here.
Yeah.
With that, would you be down to do us the honor of signing us our table somewhere and maybe leaving a hat behind?
Absolutely. Yeah. You want this coffin hat.
Yeah, I love it. It's beautiful. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That'd be awesome. Pick any spot. Try not to go over a crease here.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go maybe over here.
Under your purse there.
Okay.
And for those just listening, and if you feel so inclined, you can draw a picture.
It's gonna be
Something cute.
it's gonna be a day.
Oh, please draw a dick. Just do it.
Is that what she just said?
Yeah. It's going to be a dick.
I thought she said it was going to be a day.
No.
I love this woman. Oh, my God.
Super bad?
Yeah, super bad. Exactly.
Yeah,
Oh,
this
my God.
binder.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. Little
All
bit.
right. Is there a dick? Oh, I love it. There it is.
All right.
Not that, I
Maybe
don't
we'll
want
take-
anyone to get the wrong idea, but,
I think they have.
By now? By now.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Georgia,
No.
thank you so much for coming by. And
Thanks for having me. This has been a blast.
Yeah.
First
Good.
podcast.
So
yeah.
fun.
I
Been
love
great.
it.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll send Randy by.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I can't wait to meet her.
Yeah.
Oh, she's going to love it.
Oh, she's
my
gonna-
God. And your space is so sick.
Yeah. My space
great.
is really special.
Yeah.
I think people like that's also part of the experience. They're like, holy shit.
Yeah, I just want to chill.
Yeah. Yeah. It's super
You know?
inviting. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Thanks so much,
Georgia,
guys.
thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome.
All right. Got it, B.